everyone, welcome to my weekly messages. I'm Jalala Starr. Today the topic is release your stuff to get unstuck. Many people find that no matter what they do, they can't seem to get unstuck and be able to move forward in their life. And sometimes they've done a lot of emotional clearing, but they're still not able to move forward. Well, there is a reason that I have found, and that is what I want to share with you in case that's what's going on with you. Sometimes it's their stuff, their personal items. They've got too much stuff and they need to free up space. And free up energy, because everything in reality is energy, right? And but we have what we call the energy account. This is something my guides had told me about years ago. And every day, say you get $300 worth of energy based on how much your protein receptor points are open on your DNA strand, which let in life force. Okay, so you get, say, an average of $300 a day. Well, everything in your environment you have to support, including your relationships. Everything emotional you have to support. So for people who aren't able to move forward, sometimes it's because they've got too much of their energy being used up in their stuff. So even when they beseech their guides for help and say, what am I looking at, what's going on, the guides, they'll keep trying to direct you back to your stuff. And once you begin to free up some of that energy, then the blessing or the door opens. It's not that the guides are keeping it closed. It's they're waiting for you to free up space so that they can give you what you want. So a case in point is my roommate, Kathy. Kathy is a sweetheart. She's my age. She's been divorced for several years. And she met this wonderful man in Ireland. And for the last 6 years, she's been going back and forth to Ireland about every year to spend, several weeks with him. Well, over the last 2 years, she hasn't been able to go. And recently, it just seemed like her life was she said, I just feel stuck. And she started to get depressed and anxious and like my life is going nowhere. I can't seem to get to move to Ireland. I can't seem to, get anything to go the way I want it to. So I said, well, maybe it's not the emotion. Well, maybe it is the emotional stuff, but I think that one of the things that's going on is you've got too much of a burden that you're still hanging on to in the form of your stuff. So I said, let's go downstairs and see what we can do. Now, Kathy she's not a pack rat, she's a hoarder. I learned this after the fact. Kathy not only has her whole bedroom downstairs completely stuffed, and she has a huge walk-in closet down there, but it is stuffed to the max. And I mean, like you can't see an inch of the dresser. It's piled high with stuff. And at the same time, she has stuff at her mom's house. She's got stuff in Ireland, and she has a whole storage unit full of stuff. And this is a woman who sold her house. Her kids are grown, and yet she's got all this stuff. And I said, well, this is why you're not moving forward, is because all of your energy is being used up every day to support all this. So we went through and started clearing out her stuff. Now, that's the interesting thing. This is the difference between a pack rat and a hoarder. A pack rat will get to the point where they can't handle anymore and they'll just get rid of it. My brother is a pack rat, and he'll like open up whole storage units and sell it all on Craigslist when he gets sick of it. But a hoarder doesn't. A hoarder hangs on to everything just in case they might need it, or just because that's where their memories are. So they hoard not only because of the fear of, oh, I might need that someday, but they hoard because they hoard the things that their memories are connected to. So when you help a hoarder go through a clearing, a lot of times it takes a lot longer than with the pack rat, because they have to tell you all the stories. So I stood there in the doorway, just being her support, as she would one by one bring out one little item or this little item, and then she'd have to relive the story. And that's her way of releasing and letting it go. It is an painful emotional experience for people who are hoarders to let go of some of their stuff. I mean, it emotionally hurts them. So we managed to get through and clear out a bunch of stuff. And then that gave her the confidence and the support that she needed to go back to her mom's house, release more stuff there, and release some stuff in her storage unit. the end of the story is that after doing this for 2 or 3 days, all of a sudden she had this new rush of energy. She felt lighter. Of course, you're going to feel lighter when you release some stuff. And she was able to purchase her plane ticket, and she's going to be going to Ireland here in a couple of weeks. So for those of you who find that you can't move forward, again, and you've done emotional clearing, you feel like you've done everything you can, you've asked your guides, but you don't feel like you're getting an answer, it could be they're just waiting for you to release some of your stuff. So go to your closets, go to your cupboards, and start letting go of stuff. I mean, be brutal with yourself. Use the 2-year rule. If you haven't used it in 2 years, let it go. And keep going in this process until you start to feel lighter, and then when you see movement, because the universe will always seek to fill a void, and you will start to see movement very quickly. I mean, she saw it within 3 days. So hopefully this will help you, and if it does, please give me a shout or send me an email and let me know how it works for you. And if you are needing help in understanding if that is the case, I still have general counseling. I still do counseling work. And feel free to give me a call. All right, you take care. See you next week.
Will I see you inside?